Are you so busy building your business or leading your organization that you're forgetting it's you, the human, who can develop medical conditions and become unhealthy? Well, let's find out and talk about why you should care whether you sacrifice your health. Hey, legendary leader, I'm Dr. Brew. For those of you who are joining in for the first time, welcome and come on down here with us on the beach here in Nassau, the Bahamas. If you are regularly tuned in, I say welcome back. It is so great to see you again. So, the purpose of our price tag series is to bring about awareness to things that we either overlook or deliberately sacrifice, all to the goal of getting things done, surviving our workday, the busy season, pursuing yet another degree, and we become so focused on achieving that we tend to neglect one of the most crucial factors that fuel us in our careers. So today, we're talking about our health. As leaders, we have this tendency to neglect our health and redirect our intentions to building the health of our organizations. As a family physician, this is something I come across daily, even, yes, when I'm off the clock, because after all, leaders are humans. And as we say here at Happy Healthy Transform, leadership is human first. So, health, I believe, is one of those elements that falls on a spectrum. So you have all cylinders firing with, yes, the normal aging process happening in the background, to having medical conditions that you may have developed along the way, like hypertension, diabetes, high cholesterol, to name a few, to the far other extreme where the body has lost a substantial amount of its ability to repair and restore itself. And that's when devastating diagnoses occur that can change our quality of life. Health is something we don't talk about enough in the workplace. Yes, there are times where a wellness officer or a medical professional comes in to speak on mental health or the such. And that's great. But we need more than just lunch and learns or webinars to really do it justice, to do you justice. An upper level manager in finance once shared with me about 2 weeks ago, actually, that she is so busy that she never makes it to the lunch and learns. Then I've spoken to leaders who are at the prime of their career and stopped in their tracks by a major medical event, such as a stroke or heart attack, only to wake up in the hospital days later in the intensive care unit. Other leaders I've spoken to who have the uncomfortable symptoms of mental disorders like panic attacks or depression, and the more common patterns such as insomnia, hypertension, diabetes, lower back pain, obesity, all versions of being unhealthy. All versions of being unhealthy impacts us as leaders. So imagine being diagnosed with a medical condition and you're told it's so far gone that you have to start taking a prescription medication every day, or that the pills you already are taking aren't strong enough and you need to be started on insulin, or that you need to have a procedure done to see what's causing those sharp belly pains, or that you need to have an emergency procedure done because you've just had a heart attack. Let's take a breath here because that was a lot to imagine. And some of us may have actually experienced such conversations with our doctors. It's unpleasant, right? Just the thought of it. I believe that's one of the reasons why many persons avoid doctor checkups because they are afraid that we will give them bad news and They rather just carry on not knowing. Health diagnoses can put a damper in your career and, more importantly, in your personal life, which extends beyond you to those who love you and may even depend on you. What I come across more commonly are leaders who adopt the medication crutch to an extent that they feel like nothing else needs to change. Just take the pill and carry on. As I point out to my patients, being on medication does not mean you can still eat any way or remain sedentary. You're just working against the medication, and that often results to us having to go higher on the doses of medications or adding on more medications. So, at the foundation of health is those systems and healthy lifestyles that keeps us going. Are you neglecting your health for the sake of success? So, how do you know if you are sacrificing your health? Because sometimes it could be subtle. So, here's a way: if you're eating conveniently, as opposed to intentionally nourishing your body because you're so busy or you don't have the time or energy to do otherwise. If you are convincing yourself that just because you may have to walk up and down during your workday to ensure that tasks are done counts as sufficient exercise. If you're delaying getting to bed to ensure adequate sleep because you want to complete just a bit more before tomorrow begins, and then there's also committing to additional tasks that require you to give up personal time that could have been used as white space or recovery or doing something that brings you joy. Being too busy to go in for your annual checkup with your doctor, perhaps using the criteria that you don't know when last you had a cough, as you don't get sick often, and thus you don't need to go to the doctor for a checkup. And then possibly knowing that something is wrong with you in your body. So you have this fear going to the doctor for what it is that your doctor may say is going on. Are you someone where being on medication for a medical condition like hypertension or diabetes is your reason that you're still not making healthier choices because you're too busy to commit? So you lean in on the fact that at least I'm on medication and it's better than not being on it, sort of thing. Or if you're not doing regular self check-ins to determine if where you are in your life is aligned with who you know God created you to be, letting the demands of your day dictate your life instead of harnessing your holy dominion to steward life abundantly. Here are some reasons why I think leaders should be intentional about their health. Number one, to build and sustain your body to withstand your life's calling. To experience, number two, to experience life as your happiest, healthiest self and have less time being slowed down by disease. Number three, to gain greater access to your already present capacity to continuously level up your impact in your organization and the world. Number four, to remain independent and keep your agency, being free to move and do as you please. And number five, last but definitely not least, to have the energy to do life as your legendary self and to have life to enjoy your legacy years. Health and leadership is such a deep ocean conversation. and it can feel overwhelming. But I'm here as your physician guide, returning the power of your health to you. So, subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay posted on all things leadership longevity to support you, the human behind the title. Join us on this journey of leadership longevity by subscribing to our weekly newsletter using the link in the comments below. And for those of you who have enough to read on a typical day, we got you. There is always an audio link at the top of the webpage for the newsletter. So we'll see you there. Happy, healthy, transform. Take back your happy, take back your health, and be transformed.